the file. Edit it with the notepad. Okay. So this was our file and it was looking like this. Okay. We just saw that indexing part, how if we have more than one element, how we do it via indexing. Okay. Today we will see a few other things. So let's can we make the changes here only? Fine. So we'll make some changes here. Suppose I am giving so there are 3 divs, 2 Ps. I want to identify it uniquely. Okay. So we can have something called attributes. ID. ID equals to, I am giving here first paragraph. Okay. This is the ID I am giving. Similarly, for this ID I am giving as only second. Right. Let's save this. After saving it, I will open this file again, or I will just refresh this. I think that should work. You see, now we don't have that attribute what we added there. Okay. Now if we just refresh it, now it is reflecting, guys. We added IDs, right? Okay. Now if we do that same thing, double forward slash and P, how many elements it is showing, guys, to us? 2. Yes, 2. Now we can identify it uniquely with the help of this ID and this value. Okay. So what is the syntax? I will give just @ID and equals to that value what we have added.
Can you repeat? I miss actually, Danish.
Yeah, sure, no issues. I will just repeat it. So guys, I will repeat it. No worries. So I have given this. Now how many elements it is showing, guys? 1 of 1. You see? Yep. So this basically what I just added here, ID equals to this, ID equals to this. These are called attributes. Okay, for this tag. So this P tag is having one attribute called ID, and the value of ID is this. Another P tag is having an ID, and the value of it is this. Okay. So this attributes, they will help you in uniquely identifying the values. Let me test. Okay. So till yesterday we saw this xpath relative to the rules. So now today we are covering about attributes and attribute values. Okay, this is like a key value pair what we have in dictionary. And we are making use of this attributes to select an element. So so this is the ID, first paragraph, ID second. So what we are doing, we are making use of the same by giving ID. We are selecting this particular element. Okay. If we change the ID to second, what will happen, guys? It will give you the second value because ID here is second. Okay. So far clear, guys? Attribute what is the syntax, guys? As we see, we have to use this syntax like this. Okay. We are giving the tag name, square bracket, attribute name with @. Okay, and attribute value. This is the simplest way of locating an element.
But we are using yesterday, right? That absolute path and the relative path we are using, right?
So this is part of relative path. Why? Because we are starting with a double forward slash. You should always use relative path. Okay.
No, no, like div 87 we have written, right? The same way we can do why we are adding this attribute again at the rate I equal to second.
Because if you open a normal website like this,
Mm-hmm.
here, if you see, they will have each, see, body is having an attribute. ID is this, right?
Correct,
And
correct.
class as this. So if you see in real-time website, they will mostly they will have some attributes. And with the help of that attribute, we can identify them.
Like for example, div is having a
For
class.
example, here, see, there are so many classes, right?
Mhm.
So let's see this. First, let's see this body is having this ID as this. Okay.
Correct.
So if you want to search, how will we write our this locator? We will start with double slash the tag name. Okay, inside this square bracket, we'll give this attribute name, that is ID. Okay, with @ sign equals to this name. This will be our locator to identify this. Okay.
Okay.
So if we paste the same thing here, we are getting 1 of 1,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So that same thing I showed how we can do it with the help of ID in our case. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Now let me make one more change here. To div also, I am giving one ID as second. ID equals to second. Okay. Now we have two duplicate IDs. Second for this also, and second for this also.
Mhm.
Okay. But if now if we refresh, let's save this, and now we refresh the browser. So see, this div is also having an ID as second, p is also having an ID as second. Okay. But if we use div here, it will show only one element. Can anyone tell me why? Only one?
Because we are searching for div, right? We
Right.
have,
We are giving a different tag name here. We are using a div, and here it was a p.
yes.
Okay. But in real time scenarios, what is going to happen? Rarely we will find, unique elements, such simple locators. Okay. What they will do, for example, this ID is second, right? They will insert some random numbers here, like uh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this value is going to change every time. Okay. So in this kind of scenario, you have to make use of something called contains. Okay. So this what we saw, this is a very basic XPath, we can say, a very basic XPath. Okay. Very simple one. This is very easy one. Okay. Now second one which we are seeing, this is like XPath using contains. Okay, I will show you what is contains and what is the symbol, or how do we use this. So suppose for which one we have changed, div ID equals to uh, I have not refreshed and saved it. I think let's save this. Not this one. Let's save this, and then I refresh my browser. Okay. Now if we search with this div ID equals to second, are we getting any value, guys? Can you see any number 0011, anything like that? Are we getting any value like that?
No,
No.
because
So
that ID, right?
because that ID is no longer only second, it is having more than that. Okay. So in
Yeah.
this kind of scenario, we have to use contains. We'll see what is how do we write locator for contains. Okay. So we pasted the same thing. Okay. Now we have what we have to give instead of, so inside the square bracket, I have to add one thing called contains. Okay. And then I
Okay.
have to, contains is like a function. Okay. And we
Okay.
have to put this round bracket across it and remove this equal to sign and give a comma. That's all. So you have to remember these things, guys. Or you can have that XPath handy. Okay. You can refer it and use it. You will, if you use it 10 times, automatically this will fit in your mind. Okay. What is the syntax for this and this? So now if we use this, now you see it is identifying this. Okay, there is no brain behind it. You just have to remember the syntax, or just keep it handy across you. Use it 5-6 times. Automatically when you write, you come to know, okay, yeah, this is way we have to write this.
So it is mandatory to know the tag, right? Which tag we are looking for, that contain or ID, right?
Obviously, you have to, any website, you have to open it, inspect the DOM and see. I want to get this particular read Wikipedia in your language, this particular text in my Python program. So I will just inspect and click on this. And I saw this. This is under which tag? Span tag. If you see this, this is under span tag. And the span tag is having a class, one attribute as class, one attribute as data, and this. And then we have a text list. Okay. So if we do a /span, okay, we are having 58 elements. Okay. Now, how will we identify this particular element? So if we go here, so we have an attribute called class. Okay, let's copy this class value, and then we have to give @class equals to this value. Now you see what is the output? 1 of 1.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the way we have to do it. So today, that's all for today's class, guys. We just saw one more strategy of what do we call identifying the element using contains. Basic XPath, we saw this @ID and this contains. These two we have seen today. Okay.
So this will come under the locator only, right?
Yes, these are different types of locators. First was the basic XPath. Yesterday we saw about indexing, how we use using only the tag name and indexing. Today we saw how to use attributes, a normal attribute and a contains with this XPath using contains. Okay, guys, I request you guys to practice it, opening any website and checking. You will get to know. It's not difficult. Few more classes, you will be very good with this.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys, then I think it's already time. I hope no other questions. Then we can drop.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Have a good day. Bye.